What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. I said good morning, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency Theory. Guys, do you guys remember when that was the headline of the show? Get your ass down here. We ain't got time for fucking snoozing. Got time for snoozing. I don't have time for it. I don't have time to watch you guys snooze. What I do have time for is for us to talk about something relevant today. Something. We got to keep the dream alive, guys. We got to keep the dream alive because most people won't. Most people fucking curl up like little fucking poontangs. That's why they never get anywhere, guys. That's why they never get anywhere. Too worried about trying to figure out how to get out of it. How do we get out of crypto instead of how to get in? Such a silly way to think. Such a silly way to think. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency Theory, where we try to keep things in a positive direction, even though most of the comments have been kind of negative recently on the channel. So I'm here to tell you, we're about to make those motherfucking comments positive, bitch. You know why? Because price is about to rise. Price is about to rise, guys. It's not just a crazy guy on the internet talking about it. It's about to fucking happen. And the reason it's about to happen is because I fucking said so. And what I say goes, guys. Don't you understand that I moved the market? I mean, don't you get it? Don't you see that what I say actually ends up playing out? No, it doesn't a lot of times. No, it doesn't a lot of times, guys. But what we are doing is we're following the prices on the channel. And a lot of prices actually have been kind of picking up recently, you know? Even though the comments have been dying down, I almost like to introduce everybody to the channel. If you got a negative comment to say, go ahead and throw it in there. And then like a week later, we know those people are gone, and then the prices start going up. So that's kind of what's been happening here recently. We'll give you a minute to rush down here, guys. We appreciate everybody coming down. We try to keep the mood in somewhat of a positive direction. It's just some of the stuff, guys, and the day-to-day stuff kind of pushes us out of the direction. That's why we get on here. That's why we do our channel, and we get our thing going here and show the prices. So we kind of go from there and see what happens. So. All right, I'm in my own chat here, watching myself talk. So come on down and give me something to go on. I don't know if you guys are getting the alerts right now. We're having a little bit of problem with that a couple months ago. So that's still kind of an issue here on the channel. But also, when we also start from scratch here back on the live streams, we kind of expect it to be the same old thing. You got to start from scratch. You got to start building the channel again from scratch. Got to start getting the live streams from scratch back on. So we all know there's a gigantic leap on just to get you guys to come back to the live streams because we took such a long time off. That was already built into the thought of what it is we had to do. That's the thing. That's why I never get it. Guys, that's the most challenging thing about this is to try to get out of doing the work. I mean, that's kind of what we see 9 times out of 10. We're finding all these ways. How do I get on here and not do a live stream? Rather than just get on here and do them, And it basically, that applies to everything. How do I get out of work today? How do I get out of going to the gym today? How do I get out of fucking wiping my ass? Wiping my ass. Guys, you can't get out of wiping your ass. It's like you can't get out of doing the channel. And I don't know why the hell we're talking about wiping my ass. Very strange, very strange. Nonetheless, guys, we are opening up the live streams, so they're going to be on here. They're going to be here for you to view. They're going to be here for you to criticize or love. We do got a handful of people out there that absolutely love the channel. We appreciate everybody that does. We appreciate the haters too, because the haters seem to be the biggest fans here. But, when we started back, guys, doing these live streams, I kind of thought in my head, hell, it's going to take probably 6 to 10 weeks, which is damn near a quarter of a year, It's damn near a quarter of a year, guys. And that's just the harsh reality of a small upcoming channel, is that the viewers are few and far between. They got better things to do with their time. They got bigger and better channels to watch. But see, guys, I have all that's already assumed, with this channel. We already know we're the underdog. We already know the coins we talk about are the underdog coins. We know that at the end of the day, there is not a huge market for the coins that we are talking about on a regular basis. But I also find it ironic that the coins we talk about are some of the best performing coins, some of the best performing coins, and some of the best performing coins into the future. You look at the channel, guys, you look at the timeline that we've constructed here for the last 3 years. 3 years, can you believe it? It's been off and on, obviously. I'm not the most consistent person in the bunch. But when the consistency does get going, amazing things do happen. You know, a lot of people are quick to ridicule, quick to criticize, but once you find your footing in anything you do, guys, and you stay consistent with it, things start to pan out. And finding that consistency usually is like, I would say 99% of the battle with coins, with promotion, with this channel, with doing live streams, connecting with the great subscribers and viewers of this channel. And it's very challenging on a lot of different scopes. Because see, guys, when you see me on the computer screen, you see a man that is trying to deliver a message. And it's tiptoeing around this message a billion different ways to get it across to a billion different mindsets. Is the long-term vision and the long-term goal of this channel. It's not to please any one person one day. It's not even to please myself, because a lot of times me doing these videos and me doing these live streams, I'm left feeling unfulfilled. I feel like, you know, it's not that I didn't give it my all. It's just sometimes things happen and they just don't fucking work. They don't fucking work. Nonetheless, guys, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna force it to work, because here's the thing: if you force something to work, it either breaks or it starts to work. So if you're conscious on not breaking it, you're conscious on not burning down the channel, which I've had thoughts and times again, like I've done with all my artwork, all my ceramics, all my hours of effort put into a lot of the artwork I've done. I've simply thrown it in the garbage. You know, I've destroyed all my artwork except for this channel. And you know, once you destroy something, guys, it usually doesn't come back. You know, I can't get that artwork that I threw out in the dumpster. Nobody got it. Nobody benefited from it. It was just my attitude driving stupidity. Okay. So, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency Theory, where you might be wondering what you're watching. Oh. I wonder time to time myself, guys. I wonder time to time myself. But nonetheless, we do try, and trying is half the battle. So I recommend everybody try today. Try to get through the day. We try to get through the lifetime. We know there's going to be hardships, guys. We know there are going to be hardships in our journey to the top. We already can assume that. That way, if you're assuming the hardships are there, you're not really too caught off guard when they happen, because you're already ready for them. When you're caught off guard and you're not ready for them is when the troubles arise, right? And that's kind of the thing with Ethereum. That's kind of what the topic of discussion is today, as we rant on. The whole thing with Ethereum, guys, was when I got into it long ago, 7 years ago, before I blew my entire Ethereum bag on Dogecoin and then lost out on that. The thing that I noticed was it was slow. Not mentally slow like this channel, but actually transaction speeds came to almost a screeching, very expensive halt. Now, what Ethereum and Vitalik have done seems like what they're talking about and construing next for their most prominent smartphone platform that's available today, Ethereum. They're rolling out a feature, guys. Rolling out a feature, and this feature is going to be called single slot finalities. I say that right? SFF. Debut is a critical step in improving the network's ability to process more transactions swiftly and safely. I dropped the article in the description box, guys, because the whole thing is can we make Ethereum faster? That was kind of the reason I feel it moved into proof of stake just simply because we kind of saw it going in that direction. And it's been the biggest topic of crypto world basically forever. Is when is Ethereum going to be fast? When are we going to be able to use the token on the network to secure either a position or a contract or a application? And it's never been, and the price has only taken off. So I mean, is this big news? It looks like it. It looks like Vitalik has made it a priority, and not only a priority, but also he's stepping back into talking about stuff. You guys notice that Charles Hoskinson, that all the OG crypto people have kind of surfaced back into crypto world and started kind of showing their faces online again. Not that they went anywhere, not that I'm trying to, guys. Like I told you, the aluminum tinfoil hats downstairs. Not to signify anything under the radar that we don't see on the surface layer, but it is something worth talking about. That when the crypto people are very small and they're not really being too vocal, it's a different trend. It's a different trend. They're not being like that right now because we're seeing a lot of them come up into the space and start talking about political stuff, applications on network stuff. They're just starting to be, right? And I don't know if it really means anything. I don't know if we're just on this channel here, sometimes we speculate on different things that don't end up being the case, but nonetheless, it seems to be happening. It seems to be, happening regardless of any of these market dynamics. It seems like in the last 2 or 3 months, a lot of crypto people have resurfaced, more on the dev side of stuff. And, I don't know what that means, but, we're taking note to it. Ethereum name service is up 30% this week. Casp up another 12. So here's your rundown for the prices. So not a ton stuff happening. Let's look at halvings real quick. Somebody was talking about something. What is this? 7 days till Dash reduction. 143 towards Zcash, Zen. Coming up all in the next couple months here. So just running through the docket here. Let's jump into some comments, guys, because honestly, some stuff's been happening here, and we want to give everybody their dose of their own here. So let's jump into comments. Doesn't look like there's many people coming down. Like I told you, I knew it was gonna be like this. I knew it was gonna be like this. The weeks of nobody coming to the stream, and that's my own damn fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's okay. We'll build it back up. We're not afraid from starting to scratch. I've done it a million times. Done it a million fucking times. It doesn't really faze me at this point. But let's go through some comments. I'm gonna run through some comments real quick here. Just wanna let everybody know that we are answering your comments on the show. I'm not gonna be answering comments on an individual basis because I don't see the point. If you guys are watching the show, you guys are getting your comments answered. That's just how we roll here on the channel. So we got Risto Allen. Something about Litecoin. Made a video Litecoin yesterday, guys, and the reason I put $600 out there as a price point is because it seems like a safe one to throw out on the internet. I mean, hell, we've gone to 300-400 before. I think 600 is almost guaranteed, right? Might not look guaranteed when Litecoin's sitting at $72, but when it's at 600, everybody is pretty okay with it. Everybody's pretty okay with it. So what do I think about the best DEX on TON? We're going to look into some of the stuff people have been talking about. So Risto Allen, and expect an update on this topic. Litecoin will be proved to be the silver of Bitcoin's gold. It's kind of been that narrative. That kind of has been something I've heard. The thing with Litecoin, guys, is it just, in times where people need to use coins is when it really shines the best. Okay, that's kind of the thing, is when you see people actually needing the use case for crypto, It's kind of when we see it shine. That's kind of the main thing. I'm going to be honest, guys. I love doing these live streams. Absolutely love it. If you guys got time, we'd love to have you down here. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, you're going to Mickey D's? What's up, Mr. Fool? Are you in the to-go line? You are the only one here, Mr. Fool. I'm curious. Make sure to get no ice. They're gonna no ice in your iced coffee. Mr. Fool's grabbing an iced coffee from Mickey D's. I've had Mickey D's once this week, Mr. Fool. It was last night. We got no rut. We ate Mickey D's. So I try to keep McDonald's to a once a week thing. I went about 3 weeks before, about 2 weeks before I had it last. But ever since we got here in the new studio, we have been trying to cut down the McDonald's, the water meat from the double cheeseburgers. Iced coffee, you can't get no ice, LL McDick. I can get whatever the heck I want, Mr. Fool. I don't like getting cheaped on my profit here. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, the thing with the McDoubles here is you can get 2 McDoubles for $3.99, which, I hear all these people on YouTube talking about, I heard this dad, I don't know how I get these things popping up on my YouTube, but they do. I heard some guy talking about how it takes $40 to buy his family McDonald's, his family of himself and 2 kids. I don't think he had a wife because he didn't mention it in the video. But I'm thinking in my head, how the fuck do you spend $40 on 3 people at McDonald's? And then complain about it, say that's inflation. That's just you being fucking retarded. Because I can leave McDonald's, feed me and my dog for under $10. We both get 2 burgers. So that doesn't make much sense. I don't see how people would spend $40 at McDonald's for 3 people. That's just poor ordering habits, I would say. Like, yeah, if you got 3 combos and you got upgraded it to a large and a fucking milkshake, then yeah, I could see that being $40. But don't come online and complain about it, because that's just you being a fucking retard. But yeah, McDonald's, guys, just use the app. Just use the app, and you get your little points to make it seem like hey, this is Chadwick. All right, well, I gave you a chance. Yeah, I mean the McDick. Yeah. I guess Canada is hey, Timmer. What's up? Yeah, I know. I've started coming on here right when I wake up, guys, because the thing is once I start manically walking around my house and stabbing my feet into the ground, I get less and less inclined to do the live stream. So I just come on here with bedhead, a cup of coffee, and we just do the morning routine here. But yeah, only poor people eat McDonald's. Yeah. So Timmer must not like McDonald's, but McDonald's really, it's kind of been one of these places I never ate at. I'm going to be honest, like before the McDonald's water meat addiction, and I say that because I don't know if it's whether they put the MSG on the burger patty or the onions or the bread or maybe all 3. But you got to understand that these large, these large conglomerate corporations, guys, it's very easy to have a successful restaurant. You just put high levels of MSG, monosodium glutamate, into the food. And what it does is it excites the taste buds for people that only eat 1 MSG dosed meal a day, that don't know they're eating an MSG meal dose for the day. So a lot of times people will go a 12-hour period and eat at home. And if they don't have any kind of deli meat or rice-a-roni or any of these other processed garbage trash foods, their mind subconsciously craves MSG that is fulfilled by McDonald's. It's no secret. All the sulfite or the nitrates and the sulfites that are in those foods, they're not labeled as sodium, but that's because they're only 1 molecule away. It's almost like these weed derivatives and these fucking these things that are 1 molecule away so they're not illegal type things. It's the same thing with the food corporation. And I know this, guys, because I was in the food industry for fucking damn near 20 years. You know, I've been the wagey, not working at McDonald's. I never worked at McDonald's, but I've worked at food. You know, I've worked at fast food places, Five Guys. Actually, I think Five Guys actually doesn't use MSG. Surprisingly, maybe it's in their Thousand Island, maybe or something. But all the restaurants I've ever worked at, guys, at any of the successful ones, you always look at the. I've always looked at the seasonings, and one thing that I've noticed is on that seasoning list, the first ingredient is always MSG. Like I said, monosodium glutamate. There might be a couple other forms of the same thing that are called different things, but essentially, you know, that's why you keep going back to Mickey D's is because you know, of that addiction. But no lie, guys, I never before I moved out towards where I was living last, I probably only ate McDonald's, I kid you not, in my entire life, like probably less than 10 times. And I mean that seriously. Like up till last year, I never had eaten McDonald's. I'd never been a fan. I could have counted less than 5 times the whole 10 years I've been in California that I've ever eaten McDonald's. Up till last year. And then before that, you know, I couldn't remember the last time I had McDonald's. I mean, I literally have not eaten there. It was just not the place I ate. I would go to Burger King, or I would go to another fast food chain other than McDonald's because I just never got into McDonald's. You know, and then like last year, there was one right next to my house, and I didn't have the ability to cook food in my house without it being, you know, having to see roommates. So, you know, I started venturing off to McDonald's, and it did nothing but a disservice, guys. I lost all my fucking muscle mass the whole year that I'd worked to try to get into shape. I'm not even in shape now. I mean, I still do running, but I've lost probably 70% of my health kick I was on, which I got charged for my gym membership here today. So kind of a funny reminiscent reminder of hitting the gym. But I've still been doing my cardio and running. BS, you always in front of it. I mean, I guess, you know, I haven't eaten McDonald's but once in the last 2 weeks. So seems like a little bit it's behind me, but you know, like I said, I lost pretty much all of my hard work. You know, I'm not saying McDonald's killed it, but it was definitely a contributing factor. I mean, you can't eat McDonald's. Eating McDonald's doesn't really give you the biggest arms. You know what I'm saying? You know, or the most defined chest. I mean, last year, guys, I was 187 pounds, and that was not about a year and a half, I guess, now at this point. But I was 187 pounds, and that wasn't fat. I was very, very in shape. I even had people at the gym asking me what cycle I was on, meaning what fucking steroids I was taking. But it really wasn't steroids. It was just a disciplined gym routine and a disciplined diet. That, as you can see, has fizzled. I mean, I'm back down to my normal size, which, you know, unfortunately for me, is not a big, burly man. Probably about 160, maybe 165. You know, I haven't weighed myself, but I know my size. I know my normal non-enhanced size, meaning, you know, if I'm not working out and I'm just kind of doing my little cardio stuff, I know where my size ends up, right? It's about 160, 165 pounds now. It used to be 145. I mean, I'm not a big guy. I don't have big bone structure or a lot of size to carry my frame. I'm just a average. I would say I'm not, you know, I'm not a big build guy. You know, I'm just not. I wouldn't say I'm a small guy. I would just say, for my age demographic, being 37, I'm just a normal size man at the moment. I mean, I look fit, but that's just because I run a couple days a week just to keep my, you know, my heart and my blood sugar and my mental state kind of in place. I haven't been hitting the gym. There's been a few times where I've hit the gym and kind of thought I wanted to get back into it, but really, when I do something to full capacity, guys, I really have to be committed to it. I have to have everything in line to do it. So I'm gonna do it. I'll probably do it once or twice more in my lifetime where I really, you know, dedicate myself to it and do all the fundamentals of what it takes to create a amazing physique. But it's not really in the cards right this second. Honestly. I'm gonna be honest. It's not. If I'm not into it 100%, there's no point doing it because, like I said, I still go to the gym. You know, I still run. Running's been my thing here recently because it's summer here, and you know, it's just beautiful to run outside. You know, just such a you feel so great when you're done with a run. You know, it's not like I like doing the run. I like the feeling that comes after the run. So we're still doing that. We still try to maintain some, you know, baseline layer of health, and I think anybody should do that. You don't have to be a crazy, you know, muscle bodybuilder mindset all the time. But you know, if you can, it's fun. But you know, you just want to keep some type of, you know, base layer of activity, just so you know you don't fade into the oblivion. You know, you don't fucking ruin your health. You know, ruining your health is you know, health is probably one of the only things we actually have past crypto or money or wealth is our health. And if we're just out of shape and fucking pathetic, you're going to feel that way. And a lot of times when I don't go on a run, I feel like crap. You know, I feel like crap, I would say most of the time if I don't work out. So that's why a couple days a week, guys, like I said, we go on a, you know, 2-3 mile run, you know, just to keep things moving, right? It's just like anything, guys. If you just sit around, you're gonna feel like crap, you know. So, not dogging you, Mr. Fool. I know you went out in McDonald's right now, but that's just kind of my thoughts on staying healthy, that kind of thing. Guys, are you okay if I grab a coffee break? I'm gonna go downstairs and get a little cup of brew here. I'm keep the live stream. Just go ahead and stay put for about, I don't know, 20-30 seconds, and I'll be back. I'm just gonna grab a refill here. Shut up! Like I said, I'm back. So my neighbor apparently, I don't know what she does, but on the weekends I actually wake up to similar singing that I just attempted to do. Obviously, I'm out of breath. It's hard to yodel. So yeah, like I said, guys, you know, I think it's good to stay some type fit. Again, like even if you're watching the channel and you know, you just went to McDonald's like Mr. Fool and you're fucking 400 pounds, like it doesn't matter if you're 400 pounds, it's fine to be 400 pounds in my opinion, as long as you are moving, you know. I mean, I'm not saying you got to go run a marathon, but go out, you know. I recommend people like, you know, everybody always looks at me and they're like, "Oh man, you're so fit. You're so, you know, you're so fit. You look so lean, and you're so, you know, you're so in shape." I've always heard that my whole life, but really, guys, it's not really that I'm always in shape. I just have a small, low body fat build. You know, a lot of it's just, it's not even genetics because my mom and dad, my dad looks like a flabby, soft man, and my mom, you know, she's healthy, but she's not like, I don't ever remember her being like, you know, fit, but she's been on some level fit. I don't know where I get the genetics from, honestly. I think it's just what I got, the size I am. People think it's a fit size. So, all right, Timmy, you're done. We're gonna fucking just put you in timeout for 24 hours. You're stupid as hell. He looks like a drug addict, a mental patient. Yeah, you look like a fucking moron, and that's why you're gonna get banned. Let's see how long we should ban you for. Put user in timeout. Let's see. I don't know. We'll give you 5 minutes, and if it keeps happening, we'll put you in timeout for I don't know, 24 hours. Because we don't like people to criticize on the channel. So no, I do not do drugs. Hit me. In fact, I stay away from that kind of stuff, and that's why you're in timeout. So don't do drugs and don't be unhealthy all the time. That's kind of the thing. Is you don't. It's not bad to occasionally be unhealthy. Occasionally want a burger, or this and that, but you got to keep the stuff moving. You got to keep your body in a movable state, whether you're overweight. It's I don't think I'm not really I'm not really on par with the medical community. Like if you're a little bit overweight, and that was what you're okay with that, just be a little bit overweight and do a little bit of exercise. I think that's a good way to maybe not counteract it, but just kind of be. I recommend everybody on this channel do some type of physical, whether even if you're 70 plus years old, it doesn't matter your age, just some form of working out. It doesn't have to be crazy. You don't ever have to have a goal of like, oh, I want to get in shape, or I have to be like I have to look a certain way. You can, but I think if you just take the effort to put a little bit of effort into moving, right, like getting your heart rate up, breaking a sweat. It doesn't matter if you're overweight or underweight. It's going to do you tremendous for your health. What's up, smooth operator? Let's go through some of these comments. So, cost of living is mooning. I can't convince myself to dump more money into BSV. Plus, I can't seem to find a better paying job. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, I am. I'm 37. Nah, actually, technically I'm 36, but once I get closer to 37 than I am 36, I start thinking I'm 37. So I'm 36. Had to think about that for a second. Sometimes I forget. There's been times, guys, where I'll literally be like, fuck, man, I forget how old I am. You gotta sit there and calculate it and say, hey, this is how old I am. What's up, smooth operator? What's up? Yeah, running's great, man. It's so good for you. It's so good for you. You gotta have some good shoes too. Pee bottle. I keep a pee bottle in my car, guys, just as a just as a backup. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a depressing world, It's no lie. It's definitely a depressing world because the thing with the world, guys, is all you got to do, it doesn't matter how much money you have, like even if you're like a multimillionaire or billionaire, like when you go out in the real world, like you see, like just looking around, you can simply just fucking drive on the road and just a lot of what you see is negative a lot of times, it's depressing. You see the struggle in people's eyes and or the actual reality of the struggle that we know is happening. But the thing is, really, is if you just think about it for a little bit longer, it's always been like this. This has always been life. There's always been the hardships and the struggles of day-to-day life. It's a struggle just to get up. It's a struggle just to get going. And it is a struggle just to survive, whether you have tons of money or not. The struggle doesn't stop. The money helps. The money might provide some type of blanket in the struggle or some type of foundational layer that helps you endure the struggle, but the struggle does not stop. Okay, the struggle does not stop. I've been in multi-million-dollar neighborhoods, and I've seen the 90-year-old man in a walker walking on the street, climbing the hill, And I'm thinking in my head, that dude's probably a billionaire or a multimillionaire because he's living in Newport Coast and he's struggling to walk. He's struggling to walk up the hill. The thing is he's actually walking up the hill. So let's see what Mr. Fool's saying. Right. Yeah, I know, Mr. I know, smooth operator. I know the feeling. Turned into a mobile tent city hellhole. That's hard to believe considering you're in Canada, Mr. Fool. But I guess you guys got it up there too. We're gonna be doing some videos. I was gonna do it yesterday. I got kind of sidetracked, and I honestly lost track of time, guys. I've lost track of time, and I'm gonna be doing some videos on some areas of town. I don't know exactly where yet, but there's entire tent cities here. So yeah, if you're 40 and you're unemployed and you don't have a job, like you're fucked. Like you're fucked. If you have a big track record of not mm, having employment, you're shit out of luck, man. You got to keep. That's the main thing that I've found. Like when I go into a job, I've been honest with people a lot of times, and I think a lot of times getting hired is just the state of the company. Like when I was in the restaurant business, like I got hired at fucking, some of the best restaurants. I mean, the best restaurant. I mean, when I worked at Water Grill for a restaurant, server, that is the best. That is the highest. There's nothing better, And I got there, and it was the fucking same. It was the same as working at fucking any other restaurant. So there's not really any giant leap in a lot of industries. It's just like I got hired during COVID, after COVID, when everybody was not working, when they needed people. So a lot of time it's just timing getting into a lot of these places. Even if the industry you're in isn't hiring, if you find an up and coming company that's brand new, if I ever went back to the restaurant industry, that's what I would look for. I would look for places that are going to be opening soon, right? Because if I would try to go get hired at Water Grill again, theoretically, if I was rehireable and I was walking in there, I could guarantee you they're not fucking hiring. Because the thing is when these expansion periods happen in, parts of the economy, it shuffles the jobs around. Look at COVID, all these high-end restaurants that people were working at as waiters making 100 grand a year. Those people were not wanting to work because they were getting free checks from the government. So they had to hire new people. But sure enough, as I left, the leeches started coming back from their Coke binge or whatever thing they were doing, because a lot of the restaurant industry, man, is just plagued with that type of stuff. And they were the old workers coming back, and then I was the new guy. Suddenly, even though I had been there longer than they had been in that portion of time, I got put back to the back burner because those kind of industries are always based on the buddy system. So if you're not drinking, going out and having a beer with everybody after, you're kind of just, you're not going to make it, and I didn't end up making it there, but whatever. Yeah. So usually that's kind of the thing. I've worked a lot of low paid jobs, honestly. Back in my 20s, man, that's all I worked was low pay jobs, minimum wage this, minimum wage that. So I have firsthand experience, not that that's a bragging. All right, guys, I think that'll wrap it up. I don't know what we really talked about, but it was fun for me. You guys got anything else? We can drop it in the channel here. Smooth operator. We got Mr. Fool. We got Timmer in timeout. For just being a dickhead. And I'm just going to start banning people. If they say stuff that's just stupid, like, oh, you look homeless. You like, go find something better to do with your time, guys. I'm not fucking homeless here. I got a fucking ocean view house. Doing really good. So just kind of when you're doing really good and you're actually trying to do really good, like I actually feel confident that I'm actually trying to do the best that I can. And people just shit on your fucking party, there you go. That's what you're gonna get every fucking time. You're just gonna get banned. And then you're just gonna come back and have to create another username like SheepX and FartBurp and every other troll has had to do. just to get back on to get your stupid little comment read again. What a pathetic existence that is. What's so funny, guys, is what I've noticed in life, what I've noticed in these type people is that the people that hate are typically the fucking losers. The wannabe, loser, envious, pathetic human beings that hate, because people that are jealous and envious of what it is that you're doing or talking about, they'll always be there. They're actually, these type peoples are a dime. These type people are a dime a dozen. They don't want to see you be. They don't want to see you succeed, so they try to bring you down to where they are, which is fucking. If you guys are watching this channel, you guys are these type people, you should really, for your own benefit, find a way to better yourself and your thinking habits, because they're fucking not going to get you anywhere. Not going to get you money. They're not going to get you respect. And they're not going to get you anything but where you're already at now, which is a fucking BS poor financial state. So you guys bought coins that I told you to buy, and you're down, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're down. I don't care if you buy at the very top and ride it to the very bottom, because I've already been there and done that. I don't need anybody's validation to fucking confirm that you're a fucking retard, because you do it on your own. You guys do it on your own with your silly, stupid comments. So keep them coming. We don't care. Let's see what Smooth Operator's saying. I do think privacy season possible, man. I do. And I know Smooth Operator, we danced around the topic of Zcash and this thing, but I think, like, once we see Fyro, once we see Zcash, once we see something go up, it might be indicative of some type of privacy thing. We've seen Monero do it, but I know Smooth Operator says some of these coins, Zcash, I think it's the one that you say is dead a lot of times, but it's been in the same zone for a year. It's been in the same zone for the year, so it's like it's kind of hard to say they're dead, because if they were dead, I feel like we'd see like a 30% drop, something. But we haven't really seen that, and oh man, you guys are so silly. It's like so silly. Not you, smarter than Smooth Operator. I was thinking about something else. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing, guys, with a lot of these coins, is that they're kind of stuck over the last year. If we look at the Bitcoin equivalents, which we're not going to do this second, but we've done it a lot, is we see that, like, a lot of coins haven't broken out of BTC. They've been kind of stuck in this BTC zone, right? Like, they've gone up on dollars, but if we look at the BTC price, they've kind of just been up and down 20-30% in the last year. I mean, look at Bitcoin Cash, for instance. It's up on the dollar, but it's still kind of in the same zone it was last year on Bitcoin equivalents. So it's kind of hard to say, oh yeah, we're breaking out. We have broken out on dollars, but that's only because we went down so low. We went down to like $84. So I know people that got in on Bitcoin under Bitcoin Cash under $100. I know for a damn fact. I know people that got in because they were like, okay, this dude's talking about this constantly, I'm gonna buy a little bit, and they're up 300-400%, on their initial investment, which is exactly what I want. I want people to always be up on their investments in terms of buying power, in terms of dollar amount. But I think it's when we see that BTC pump is when we'll really get the exciting stuff happening. And I think that probably is closer than we all think on coins that we talk about here on the channel, BSB, Bitcoin Cash. So, yeah, I want to look into Xano. We'll do a follow-up on that. I think it was, it was Roger Beer speaking of Xano pretty highly. And usually when he takes note to something, like I actually look into it, because he's somebody that I've always respected in the community, just because I like the way he thinks. I like the way he fucking talks, and if he's talking about something, I listen. So that's kind of the thing. I think that'll wrap it up here for today's stream, guys. Unless you guys got anything else here, we can throw it in any last minute Q&A if you got it. I think that you know, where we're at right today is a good spot. You know, I think everybody's satisfied where we're currently at. Obviously, we'd like to go higher in terms of price, but isn't that always the case? It never really changes, right? We always want the price to go higher and constantly be going up in a straight line, but I don't think so. Deegan, what's good? Bitcoin Cash looking bad, man. Uh, I mean, I don't think Bitcoin Cash is looking bad. I haven't done a price update right this second, but let's look at Bitcoin Cash here. It was only at about 378, I think, when I woke up this morning. Let's see where it's at right now. At 379. I mean, I don't know, Deegan. When did you buy in? Gox FUD. If you got in over, you know, if you got in, you know, after February, that's when we took the jump up. I mean, I hate to reiterate, you know, the obvious here, but we have came down from the very tipping, you know, the very top little run here. But if we zoom out, here, maybe it'd help if I had it on the screen. We're actually up quite a bit, you know, since last year. You know, last year we were not doing well financially, but you know, doing much better now, 200, 300% up. So it'll go back up, guys. You know, these things go up and down. They don't go, you know, we had a very strong jump here. I mean, if we zoom out on the Bitcoin Cash graph, like, holy fuck, like, wow, we're not even up really that much at all, considering like these little jumps are tremendous, you know, in terms of if you got in down here. But we've been talking about Bitcoin Cash, guys, since, you know, down here, you know, we've been talking about it ongoingly. And I like to think in some weird respects, all the buying and selling has driven us to where we're at now, which is about close to 400 bucks. I think we will, guys. We'll go up here. We're going to get some action here in the next couple weeks, if not the next couple days. Once these Mt. Gox coins start moving, we're going to see some upward action, which is kind of counterintuitive to what you think, right? People are like, whoa, what are you talking about here? Mt. Gox, people are going to be selling. Why would the price go up? Well, we'll see in a couple days. You know, we'll see in a couple days. We might not, but I'm gonna say we're gonna be going up, guys. I think this Mt. Gox thing and these buy orders are gonna fucking push us higher. You know, a lot of people always think people selling is gonna crash the price. Not if there's people to buy, guys. Not if the exchanges are coming in to buy. That's what I keep telling you. And look at the grayscale premiums. They're up on Bitcoin Cash again. Last week they went up. I mean, Timmy, what is your point? What I mean, like, honestly, bro. Like, what the fuck is the point? Do you live your whole day in this negative mindset? Because god damn, what a shitty place to live. So, you know, think about that. Try to keep a positive attitude, guys. It actually helps a tremendous. No, I'm not broke, Timmy. And I'm sorry you are, but I'm not. So that's your life, not mine. They just said July. Yeah, I think they said the first couple weeks of July. Right? I think it was the beginning of the July is what I heard. Smooth operator. I think I read an article yesterday or the day before that said it was going to be next week. You know, it was going to be next week on that. BCH ETF's coming. You know, Solana got filed one by Van Eck, and it's just a matter of time before they either try to make the BCHG Trust a ETF, or you know, we see another you know, BlackRock or Van Eck or iShares or any of the other ETF people come in and try to create one. Guys, whatever you got, drop it in the channel. We're gonna wrap it up here, I think. I've just been say that a couple times here. If you got any last minute comments, drop it in the chat. We're all ears. Will that wrap it up, guys? Is that all we got? All right, I think that'll wrap it up, guys. Remember, try to keep a positive attitude. If you guys don't like what we're saying here on the channel, go somewhere else. Go find somebody that can do it for you, because we're gonna keep doing it every single motherfucking day, guys. That's how we roll. That's how I roll. That's how I operate. That's how I've always operated, guys. That's why I know where it is that I'm going will be achieved while all the people are sitting around watching it fucking happen. And that constitutes somebody being pathetic. Don't hate on people that make an effort. Hate yourself for not trying. Take care, guys.